you seemed a lot more of an ass when you're talking to me, but I know from watching your videos you're cool. So I was like, what the fuck?
No, yeah, I was like, dude, I was not having it yesterday. I was pretty tilted from the game, so I was just like, one word replies and stuff, dude. My
Dude,
bad if I sounded
no, I was trying to be
pretty offish.
so lenient, and I guess I don't know. Anyways, so it's my first season, second season. So I started playing in season 7, and I peaked Diamond 2.
Wow. Dude, this is lit. You're
I know.
Diamond 4 already.
I trolled a bunch of shit like in preseason. So I was Diamond 2 right before the reset. I was so close to Masters, dude. Fuck. So I want to go on either like an academy team or YouTube or GoPro or something. You know what I mean? Are you playing for
That's
temp?
like the end goal, right?
Yeah, it's the end, obviously. Yeah, it's the end goal. We're not there yet, but
I see.
are you playing for Tempo Storm still?
Tempo is like hasn't had a league team for a while, so I am a free agent as of today.
What do you didn't Quas? Wait, what? Didn't Quas play or?
Yeah, but Challenger Series doesn't exist, right? And Temple Storm also like didn't.
Oh yeah, so this season's gonna be weird.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
So I guess we should get started.
Yeah, let's go. I'm recording, by the way.
Let me turn this sound up. All right. So, why'd you come to me for coaching if you're like a support main? You know, I guess that's like the first question.
Well, because I couldn't. I played a bunch of fucking games yesterday. I'm like, let me. Hopefully, I lose so I can go over a good VOD. But I won every game. And I was like, well, shit. It's not so much about the VOD. You know what I mean? It's more about just like I kind of want to pick your brain during this hour. You know what I mean? And just like figure out what I'm doing wrong because this game is fucking impossible to see your mistakes.
I got you.
Know what I mean?
I got you. Well, first off, we can go over this right now. So, when you went for the stun here, what's the thinking behind the stun?
It just if I get a free trade on Sona, she doesn't have W, right? So my stun will do more damage than her Q auto, right? Is that
I would
fair?
say this is true, right? But every time you want to do something like this, right? Okay, so every time you use an ability, it's on cooldown, right? If you've ever seen my other VODs, I always talk about like
so I understand
ability value, right? It's like this can be a kind of questionable thing to go for, but it's not like the end of the world.
Let me
But
just, fixing OBS really quick. Okay. Here we go. We're good.
the only reason I bring it up is because it could lead to like bad habits, like using your stun when you're not supposed to, for example, because it's a super long cooldown. I'm not saying it's necessarily like an awful stun, but it seemed like it was a low chance.
It's better to hold it.
Right.
Yeah. Okay. That makes sense.
It seemed like there was a very low chance it would work, right?
Yeah.
So when you see this lane, how do you imagine this to play on your head? How do you want this to win?
I don't think we ever win this lane. I mean, like, unless they get poked down really hard. But even with Sona, like, she's just gonna heal it back up, right?
Right. So you guys.
Unless we have an all-in opportunity, that's it.
You guys can like match sustain kind of with like Taric heals and stuff, but it's basically you guys are just trying to farm and let Ezra scale into mid game, right? And then if you land a stun when Sona's like at 75% like right now, she's probably gonna die.
If
well,
we get like, good stuns and all in, she's done so. But
yeah, well you have exhaust, so maybe not, but it's gonna be really good because Sona dies really quick this season. Holy shit, this Ezreal is like.
Dude, she's so squishy. I play Sona and Taric. That's all I play really. So.
I see.
I was gonna send you a Sona replay, but you'd probably kill yourself. So
yeah. So here it was like
oh, just helping
what's the point of that, right?
Do you think that's not
like what else does that tell you? Like say for example your jungle hadn't shown up on the map. What does that tell the other team? Your jungler is nowhere near, right? It's just like stuff like that can definitely be a bad habit, right? Because it's like, oh, that's telling them you don't want to do anything for like 20 seconds. Like this, right? This
I'm
is
on
like
cooldown. Yeah,
15
that makes
seconds,
sense.
right?
Okay.
So not only can they pressure you more by pushing this in, there's no way for you to like now so this is like a dangerous moment for them, right? This is when they need to push this in and then make sure they don't get stunned, right? So if you use it like this, there's no chance of that happening, right? So any kind of opportunity is gone. So they know they can just run in the jungle or some shit like that, right? They're just gonna run in here, ward everything, and then they also know Kane's not here. Well, Kane's not gonna be ganking anyways, right? But say if you had a different jungler and you did that, right? It could have been really bad, right? Say you had an Elise and they're like, oh shit, Elise is top, guys. Then it's like, wow, that's kind of it's giving away free information, right? And then you say, oh, what if I'm like tricking them and saying I'm gonna use my stun and pretend that Elise is top? Then it still means they have 15 seconds to do whatever they want. So Elise can't gank for 15 seconds, and by that time they already pushed in the wave and back off, right? And they're like, oh, Taric's stun is up now.
Okay.
So it's like you can think of it in that way, but it's best not to, right? Unless you're trying to do some super mind game with them and you're like super strong and you're gonna bait them or something. I don't know.
So it's sort of like Blitzcrank in that sense, where you just want to hold it.
Right.
Until
like this
you need
again,
to.
right? So like, what's the problem with this stun too?
It's just like super low probability of hitting.
Right, and not only that, if you hit it, what do you get?
Not very much. Ezreal's too far, and
It's like a little bit of damage, right? But that's like you said, it doesn't mean anything because someone's gonna heal it up, right? So if you want to hit them, you have to make sure Ezreal can land the Q. That's it, right? So say if you're playing with the Xayah, and if you hit them, she needs to be in Q range, right? If you're playing with...
She's the only way to carry. I have no fucking idea what she does, so...
Oh,
I have no idea what the fuck that champ does.
Well, Xayah likes to follow up by throwing the feathers down and then like auto attacking
and
the
she
root,
pulls
right?
it or something.
Yeah. But like say like what's another champion? What's another common champion we see nowadays? You say you're playing with Varus. Okay, he can stay far away and then you can hit them and then you'll do a lot of damage. But right, depending on the matchup you have, use your stun in a different way, right?
Okay.
So say Ezreal doesn't have ult and you guys go for an all in and you guys lose. It's probably because Ezreal didn't have ult, right?
So like if you're playing this lane as Taric, your thinking is just let's just look for all-in opportunities and not even try to waste the high probability.
Either they don't have sustain and you can go for trades and not sustain, or if they do have sustain, you gotta bide your time, right? You're all in, right? Unless you can match sustain or something. This is 0% chance of working. Oh my, what?
Dude, I know. That fucking killed her. Dude, Sona is so squish this season. Look.
What the fuck?
The Q and I was watching this. The Ezreal Q lands with that electric heat.
Did he heal? He didn't heal.
No, because she died at 30%.
I would have healed the Ezreal Q. Oh my god.
You would.
Anyways, this is really good. But that shouldn't have happened. But that was really good, right? Really good stun.
I use exhaust to set up this. That's
fine.
Right?
Okay. Right. Okay. So what is exhaust used for? If it's used to guarantee the stun, I say that's okay, right? Because unless
stun
they
flash, right? Because she has to make a decision.
Right. Using honestly, I think it's fine here, right?
Okay.
So yeah, I have no qualms about you using exhaust like this. As long as you're getting some kind of good value out of it, right? Then it's okay. But yeah, wow, she died. That's really good for you guys. Okay, so pause. What do you want to do now?
Well, we're not gonna be able to push it that fast because that's real. But I mean, right here, we can freeze it actually.
I mean, you have a lot of time. I don't think this freezes. Right.
The cannon's a little healthy.
I don't think your team's trying to freeze this anyways.
What would you do here?
If you are not needed, like if you can just push this and run, then you can base first, right? So you can be on the map faster, right?
I think this is something and push it. Yeah. So once
you do that, you can pretty much go, unless you really think that he needs help doing this, right? But basically, what you want to do is like, oh, we need to go ward like immediately since we have an advantage. Oh, this is awkward, right? So
you would say I should go ward right now?
No. You need to back as fast as possible, right?
Okay, that's what I thought. Yeah.
Yeah. But that's fine. Like if you needed to make sure that wave had to get in there, that's fine too.
Like if jungler was bot side or something, you're sort of saying.
Yeah.
It's not
like
safe,
if Ezreal can push by himself, like if it was a different champion or something, and Ezreal can't die to a gank, then it's like, oh, maximize your time, right? But it looks like that we didn't have to do any of that. So you get the coin. Honestly, I'm not really sure about the support.
Oh, I'm just trying builds. I realize it sucks after this game.
Yeah. I was gonna say this is kind of delaying a sightstone or like a boots or whatever, but if it works, right? So what's the idea behind the pink ward? Like, where are you gonna put it?
You think that before we talk about that, you think that like getting a ruby crystal or sightstone is more important than finishing the gold upgrade to get more gold?
No. In this case, this is fine, right? Because the ruby crystal isn't really gonna do anything. When you buy the sightstone, you kind of want to like get it in one go. You know what I'm saying? So I think this is fine.
Okay.
Whatever. This is like
I mean, I had enough gold for a pink, so if I don't buy the pink, then I'm just sitting on wasted gold, right?
Yeah. That's good too. Like the pink was good too, but we gotta make sure that we know what we're doing with it, right? So why do we buy pinks? to control vision, right? Control the
Yeah.
map, the night pressure. So in this lane, it's like, oh, we can actually use our pink because Sona has no flash, right? So say Sona had flash, and then they contest your pink, and you guys fight for it. You guys don't necessarily win that if the jungler is missing, right?
Yeah.
But maybe you have TF, so then you put down a pink, they contest it, and TF ults them, right? So there's specific uses for a pink ward that a lot of people don't really realize. They just put it down, it doesn't do anything, right? That's kind of pretty common, right? So some people will put it here for no reason, right? You guys have no dive pressure.
Wait, I can't see your
It's like-
cursor. Are you using it?
Oh, what phase? Like up here in this top
still can't
tri
see
bush near the tower.
The top try. Yeah.
Yeah. That's like people put it there randomly. That's like not kind of correct, right?
Okay.
One thing we can talk about is this is all good, right? You're just like shooting, defending. Basically, you just want someone to come down here so you can go for a stun again.
So
if he has E up, you never go for this, right? If they have a counter to your stun, don't go for it, right? Because if he dodges your stun, that's like best case scenario for them, right?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Right. So if you ever do that, you're going to flash to where he dashes, right? Or you're gonna aim someone else, right? So you flash on Sona, or you aim Sona in the first place. But if you ever aim someone with an ability and they dodge it and that's good for them, don't do that, right? That's like you're trying to you're like expecting them to outplay themselves, but that's like not really how you can force a win. You know what I'm saying? It's like you're praying for an unforced error, if that makes any sense.
No, that's
that guy could have died there, I think.
Where?
If you just ran up to it, he was running into your face, right? So if you stun him here, he's probably gonna die. But
yeah, I see Lee Sin too. That's true. I should have went for that.
It's fine. Like now you have TF, you should be like, oh, just come here. I'm just gonna flash stun Sona, right? Because you know she has no flash. Also, did you guys time her flash? Because that's like
I need to
mega important. That's like super important this season. Like it's always important, but like this season, it's like you saw how quick that Sona died, right? So that's like it's even more important because if you touch her, she dies, right? So I mean, at this point, you guys can like try and fight, and then just I think you can like out damage / out sustain, right? Basically, if Ezreal can land his Q, you guys win. Like straight up.
Is Ezreal good now? Is with Kleptomancy?
Yeah, I would say so. Like Ezreal has a huge win rate.
What do you run? Do you run Kleptomancy?
It's kind of awkward. Yeah, you run Klepto, but so
this is this situation's weird.
So when do you go clear wards?
Well, I mean, if our jungler is coming, or if I don't know where their jungler is, right?
So you leave lane after you push, right?
Yeah.
So you need to push this in before you go do something.
And then they go get the
because they're just gonna 1v2 him, right? So say Ezreal did not walk up to the wave. Okay, now he's losing minions for what reason? You wanted to clear this like immediately? It kind of doesn't make sense, right?
Yeah. Okay.
So anytime you want to leave lane, you have to make sure that the wave is pushed in or it's coming to your AD carry and you can't get dove, right?
Okay.
But this is gonna be good, right? Because now you're just gonna this is awkward. All right. Maybe TF can just kill him anyways, right? But he's gonna. What is going on? I can't believe you guys got this. You killed her with nothing. Holy shit!
TF,
All right.
W.
It was good engage. That was the right idea.
Yeah.
That was the right idea. So
he pinged you.
Just went too early.
Why?
I think you went too early, right? But
yeah,
honestly, it's still
true.
the right idea, right? So everything is Gucci. I would not worry about that. I can't believe you killed her from full health though. That's pretty AIDS. Like, you see what I mean, right? If you have your flash timer, anytime she walks like halfway up the lane, she's gonna die.
Yeah, she's done so.
It's super important. So, once you can push this in, you can base for your Sight Stone or whatever you're gonna buy. I don't really know, but so far so good, right? Pretty clean.
Yeah, we lose this game, so that's why.
Okay, so this guy should not be pushing. What the hell is going on? Okay, so you just need to ping back and like everyone get out of here, right? Oh my god, that guy's staying. Wait, okay, what's going on here? Okay, so anytime have you seen my other videos by any chance?
Yeah, watch a couple.
Yeah, so anytime you want to do something, right? Ask is like what is the plan right now? That's the first question. What is the plan right now? So once you kill the Sona, what's the plan right now?
Let's get this into tower and reset.
Right, exactly. You want to back, right? Or I don't think you can camp a bush because You don't really have the mana
I don't
for it.
know.
And then you can't really get the tower, right? Because not only is mid missing, jungle's missing. And then top STP too, right? Because you assume top STP, right? So it's like, oh, you can get some damage off, but I think it's kind of too late for that, right? You kind of need a base, so you gotta just spam back ping. If you ever know what to do in any given situation, or you know what you want to do for sure, you tell this guy you're leaving, right? Because I don't know what he's doing, but
So
this doesn't really make
leave
sense.
Ezreal.
Yeah, like you don't leave him, but maybe try and basically try and
Just spam back ping him right here.
lead him into what you want to do, right?
Okay.
Because now you guys are wasting a shit ton of time, right? I don't know what's going on, but if this guy
They
gets
wanted
kills,
to dive.
Jesus,
That's why we were stalling.
He's about to kill everyone, but like what's going on? Right? CTP, exactly like I said. But you guys might actually win this. Oh, okay.
Yeah,
it's fucking
that's
tragic.
why they were all.
So yeah, you guys lost. Yeah, so we already. It's pretty bad.
No, I
in
think we
terms
win
of
this
what's
fight.
going on.
I think we actually win this.
Oh my god.
You'll see.
You flashed into it. Oh, you died. Oh, what's the?
I think
fight?
Timo gets a triple or something.
This is.
Because
so
TF comes
stupid.
down. It's a fucking fiesta.
What is going on?
Dude, this is like mid diamond.
Holy shit.
Yeah. We somehow turn it.
Interesting. I mean, okay, so yeah. You didn't really like make any mistakes there, but I would say if you know what you want to do, you want to spam.
Well, like, where do you leave? Like, where do you leave at this point?
When you push in the wave, you want to know what you want to do beforehand, right?
Okay,
So,
Ezreal takes the Q, and then what? Do you help him?
oh, yeah. You come back, and you want to try and disengage, right?
Yeah.
And then you guys walked forward again, right? Didn't you? Look at this. Why is everyone walking forward?
So many
again?
pings. They want to dive.
Everyone wants to get out of here. It's like you can't. Okay, so when you want to, whenever you want to fight, right? You need to ask yourself, do you have your ultimate? Okay, first is man advantage, right? Do you have man advantage? The answer is no, because TF is mid, right? So first off, I already know this is kind of questionable. Second thing is, do you have your ultimates? And the answer is no, because you not only do you have no ultimate, you have no mana and no health, right? Both of you guys. And the third thing you ask is, do you have flash, right? And you guys don't have flash. So that's why I'm like, these warning signs are pretty clear to me that you guys don't want this fight, right? You guys just want to reset. The fact that he jumps in and gets a bunch of kills is kind of like, it doesn't make sense, right? This Elysian should have kicked him immediately. I don't know. Like he had kick, right? So
yeah.
I don't know.
Just because it works doesn't mean it's a good decision.
Exactly. You guys should have gotten out, right? Like, what was the contribution you guys had? Almost minimal to this, right?
Yeah.
In fact, this guy just gave a free kill.
So like back up. So like Ezreal takes Q, I shield him, and then I just leave. Kane pings, I just leave, right?
Yeah. We just fucking everyone gets out. Everyone gets out right now. Like whenever your team pings forward, right? So they're pinging forward because they want to fight. The first thing you do is check how many people there are, because they might not realize it's a man disadvantage, right?
Yeah.
So the first thing you check is how many people there are. I already saw. I was like, oh, team on top. Okay, match TPs is fine. And I saw TF mid with no ult. So I was like, okay, this is not good. Right? That's how you know right off the bat, right? There's no chance this works. Not only does you guys, it's just like there's just no way. Ezreal has no E. He's like, I don't understand. Yeah, just basically try and recognize these situations, because this will more often than not win/lose you games, right? Not realizing basically not realizing or not capitalizing on these situations is gonna cost you games, right?
Okay.
In the long run, at the very least, right? I don't know how this ends up being good, but
Timo MVP.
like Lucian stayed at 50 HP and he couldn't contribute. I don't know what's going on. But yeah. Oh, also, I think you want to get rid of I think you want to trade in your yellow trinket, no?
Yeah, I just switched to playing support, so my muscle memory's in there.
Yeah, whenever you buy the sight stone, I guess
you
get in the
swap.
habit of swapping, right?
Okay.
Because then I mean, sweeping wards is so like there's no point in having like 5 wards, right? Yeah. So okay. So what went wrong here? Something like this is gonna lose lane.
Risk.
No. Not super high risk. 0%, right? I'm not kidding. 0%, right?
100%, right?
If he's just gonna dash it, right? Anytime you want to do something, it has to be like pretty much guaranteed, right? Anytime you want to do something, including trades, right? It's like not only kills and opportunities, including trades. You guys like should not win this, right? If Sona had ult, if she was 6 like you were, he's dead, right?
Yeah.
Without flash. So like not only that, but you guys are kind of you guys, I feel like you guys got the better end of it because they're like you wasted all his mana, but stuff like that is definitely not gonna win you games, right? That's like a negative thing that
That's
happens,
bad trade,
right?
yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So anytime you want to use a stun, you got to make sure it works, right? He has to have no dash, like no
Or
flash,
Sona.
or you aim someone who doesn't have it, right?
Yeah. Okay.
So I don't know what he's doing, but he's trolling. Okay, you can use it like that. When you know you're losing a fight and you're like, we need to get out of here. You can use it like that, right? To disengage.
Yeah.
That's
disengage.
fine. That's fine. But when you're engaging, the engage that fails is the one that loses, right?
Yeah.
So if you miss the stun on Lucian and they ult Ezreal, you lost, right? So same thing goes for Sona missing her ult and you flash stun, right? You win. The engage that fails loses. And since you're playing like kind of an engaged champion, whenever you play an engaged champion, you can't miss. Or you're kind of screwing your team over. Like, for example, let's say you have a Malphite top, and he misses his ultimate, right?
Well,
the whole team can't fight, right? No one can fight. He's like, you can't do anything. Yeah, exactly. It's the same idea. Same idea on a smaller scale.
That's the problem that I have playing with Taric Sona is Sona's different because you can help your team without committing yourself to fights. You know what I mean? Like from range. Yeah. But Taric is weird because you're like it's like a gray area, you know?
Basically, if you can trade using your stun, go for it. If you can land your stun, basically go for it for like good trading because you can heal up too, right? So say you stun Sona and then you say both sides have sustained, but since you guys do a lot more damage to Sona than they do to you, it's a good trade, right?
Yeah.
Because it's gonna take up more resources to heal up, right? And like this stuff like this is like it's just never gonna work. So don't go for this. Never go for this.
Yeah.
Right? Never go for this unless you're trying to burn his dash for your team to hit him with a different skill shot, right? That's like one of the only reasons you go for that. But it's just like, oh, now we have to wait 9 seconds again, right? So yeah, you need to make sure.
Well, it's not 9 seconds because the passive.
Oh, okay. Well, then this is gonna work.
That's why.
No, it's not gonna work.
He didn't dash the first one, and I fucking missed it. So.
Oh, that's right. I guess that makes sense, right? So say if you use it to burn his first one, and then like get it on cooldown really quick, and then use it because he doesn't have it anymore. Then that could be like a reason.
I also thought Kane was coming for a dive because with my ultimate we could maybe.
Yeah, but it's like when you're. Oh, you can see Teemo, I guess.
Lee Sin's top. That's why.
I mean, Lee Sin, yeah.
That's why.
But,
I think.
I wouldn't dive this, right?
You wouldn't have dive.
No. Like you might as well get the free dragon, right? So why do we kill champions?
To get objectives.
Right, exactly. So if you can get dragon, he's doing dragon for free. Isn't that fine?
What dragon is it? I don't even.
It's like Earth Dragon or some shit. It doesn't matter. Honestly, it doesn't matter what dragon it is. It's pretty good, right? And then how about the dive? Is this 100% dive?
No.
I'm not sure. Like I'm not sure, right?
Dude.
Like maybe if you pop your ultimate and everyone goes in and you land everything. I don't know. I think it's doable, right? I think you can definitely do it. But if I was the Kane and I say I'll dive with 2 of my solo queue members or take this dragon, I'm gonna take the dragon, right?
Yeah.
I think it's fine. Well, if you poke them down like this, then you definitely dive, right? Because it increases your success rate by a lot.
Yeah. See. So.
Oh, what the hell?
Yeah, this is because they all go top, so we have to make a play bot side, right?
You don't have to, but you should, right? Sometimes you're so behind.
We're not getting
anything,
anything
right?
if we just
let
them take.
I mean, you already got the dragons, that's worth, and you got the tower, which is pretty good. Okay, now what's the plan? You got the tower.
Push this and reset.
Right, but where are you going?
Go help whatever the fuck's going on top side.
But where do you want your lane assignments? Is a question.
Right now.
Yeah, where do you and Ezreal want to be?
Ezreal wants to be top, and I want to be helping my team, right?
Right. No, well, not necessarily, right? So if Ezreal goes top and he gets soloed by Lee Sin, right? Isn't that a problem? So you want to be within reach to help him, right?
Okay.
Otherwise, kind of leaving your scaling teammate to dry, right?
Okay.
Unless you find a better opportunity, or you guys are doing something proactive or something. But
I don't know if I like. This is the weird part of like. This is where I struggle. Like, I don't know if I'm supposed to like basically escort him to push the fucking side lane, right?
You go where you're needed, right? If you're needed, so a bunch of people are missing on the map, and your Ezreal is wants to push out another wave. Then you stand nearby him so you can counter engage, right?
Okay.
Or say you see everyone on the map, and Ezreal can just free farm. Then you go and hold the tower, right?
Okay.
You go help defend, right? Because now he can farm for free, right? So it always depends on what they're doing.
Does it matter about XP?
XP
Sure.
is like if you don't die for free, you'll be getting your XP. Like as long as you're not AFK in the river or something, you're not like okay.
That
I
king
don't know
gets
what's going
cooked.
on here, but okay.
King
So how do
gets
we know?
cooked.
How do we know this is a loss?
Our team mode is backed 100%, and our AD carries bot lane.
Yeah, 80 carries bot lane. That's a big one. Right? I don't know what the fuck this is, but yeah, it's like, oh, maybe it could have worked if you had your Taric out and you guys timed it perfectly, and then they missed everything, right? But
Yeah.
solo queue, average speaking, this is never gonna work, right?
Well, like I have to help him there, and not
average.
not commit, but at least help him somewhat, right?
Yeah. But if you wanted to lead the team, like you said, your goal was like academy team, right?
Yeah.
So this is the stuff you need to know. So anytime you recognize an awful situation, you need to
Just
spam back ping, right?
Okay.
You need to spam back ping, right? Because there's no way, right?
There's no
the
way,
only
that's
way is he ults, Sona ults, and even then it's a 1-for-1 trade, right? Unless you have your ult going, right? So you need to recognize when you should take these fights or not, right?
Yeah. Okay.
That
makes sense.
Also, this ultimate's kind of awkward, but it was just like
He gets
kind of
cooked
a
so
knee-jerk
fast.
reaction, right?
Yeah, this is a terrible ultimate.
Everyone needs to get out of here, right? So you guys all want to run.
I die here, I think,
Yeah.
because Taric's no ability.
Oh, that's
unfortunately.
awkward.
Yeah. Taric into range just sucks dick, dude.
Right. So this is one of those scenarios where most players would be like, "Wow, my team's being dumb. Like, what can I do?"
No.
You can
That's my
do
fault.
is like not take the option that is 0% play, right?
Yeah.
Because I feel like you've done that a lot this game, where like you go for these stuns that are never gonna hit, or we take these fights where they're never gonna work, right? So when you can recognize these situations, this shit won't happen. Like I don't know what that was. That's some like random. He just killed himself. But
Yeah.
like, on average, like if you play in a way that'll only give you like free fights, the enemy team is gonna do this kind of stuff. You know what I'm saying? The enemy team is the one that's gonna be running in. Like I don't know what's going on now. Like what the hell is going?
Well, what if you're playing shit that doesn't scale well? Do you feel like pressure or obligation to?
Yeah, you gotta push your advantage, right?
Yeah.
So how do you do that? So theory crafting. How do you if the enemy team has casted in Twitch, how do you push your advantage?
Like in this current state of the game.
Yeah.
Right now, we'll look to get vision around Rift Herald and topside and take turrets, right?
You need to go more general than that. What's the basic?
general?
How do you attack? Right. What do you do on offense?
Well, what do we have? We have a TF.
No, it literally doesn't matter what champions you have. If you think that your team is gonna get outscaled and you guys are strong right now, how do you push that advantage?
Look to force objectives, right?
Right, but how do you do that? Or do you just like sit at the Baron pit and hope they come to you?
Is it setting up and denying vision? Or I'm confused. I'm
So
lost.
the first step is lane priority, right? Have you heard that phrase?
Yeah. So yeah,
So what does that mean?
being able to shove the wave faster than the other person.
Kind of. I would say it's having control over the wave, right?
Yeah.
So you don't necessarily have to shove it faster than them, but if they try and shove it and you kill them, you have lane priority, right? You have control over the lane. So when we talk about lane priority, it's important because if you try and do something without lane priority and it doesn't work, you get super punished, right? So say, like you were saying, what if you just try and like bait objectives, right? Force fights around objectives, right? So how do you do that? Well, if you just sit in the river and you never start it, they just push mid. And then what do? You try and collapse and they go around the other side, right? And you're like, wait a minute, well, what do we do wrong? You need to push first, right? So when we went for this pink word, like way back when,
It didn't set up the wave. Yeah, you're right.
exactly. You need to push first. You need lane priority, right? Unless you're making some kind of creative play. This is the standard, right? Standard is get lane priority. If you're making a non-standard play, it has to be clean. Otherwise, you always go for the basic, right?
The guaranteed.
Push first. Yeah, the guaranteed. The tried and tested method. I don't know what's going on here, but this is.
I'm just trying to help him so he doesn't
This
die.
guy's fucking. This
But
guy's
he's done.
fucking.
I just leave him.
He's
just
tilted. Yeah, you can't help this guy.
He's fucking dumb.
I don't know what he's doing, but yeah, it's kind of awkward. So basically, like everything, all the bad stuff is basically arised from the two poor fights that we kind of didn't realize was going on, right? We should like basically whenever you realize this stuff is going on, you gotta spam ping. Like this, as you're doing this shit, you gotta spam ping, right? Gotta make sure they don't do this, right?
Is that what you do when you're like smurfing and shit?
Not even smurfing. When I'm playing on my main account, I'm like, what are you guys doing? Like, you stop doing this because you know it's going to turn out poorly, right? So if you're a scaling team and your team forces a fight in the river, what's wrong with that? If that fight is not guaranteed, your team wants to stall, right?
Yeah.
So anything that's not along stalling or scaling is probably incorrect.
Okay.
So that's like, it's like very common things that a lot of players don't take into consideration. I feel like basically anything you do that's not standard has to be free. Right. Okay. So say you're playing a scaling team and you win the early game. It doesn't mean that you should play safe and only like push waves and hide under your tower. But any kind of like play you make should not be a throw, if that makes any sense, right?
Like no risk. Yeah, I understand.
Yeah, minimal risk. Minimal risk. I don't know what. So I don't know. You know, this guy you could kind of stop him, but you don't have the cane. So I don't know why you guys are sieging mid, but this could be pretty bad. Right. So why do we not want to see? So here's a question. Why do we not want to do this when you have 5 people mid?
Well, look at our sideways. One thing, right?
All right.
What
so
else?
You guys are losing farm already.
We're not going to get anything out of this.
Exactly. That's the thing. You're not going to get anything. So when you want to figure out what you want, you need to do that beforehand.
What should I do here? Like, should I just go top and just start pinging? Like,
so once you push this in, you ping. You go to the Rift Herald, right? You push it in. Go to the Rift Herald. You already set up one ward. You can set up one ward in the river. On the Rift Herald and on the river, so they can never see what you're doing. You guys started.
It's already swept, so I just spam.
Yeah, exactly. So you can just go. Like basically, you need to ask yourself, what's the best thing I can get at this moment, right? That's your plan. What's the best thing I can get at this moment?
Don't worry.
Yeah, I don't know what this is, but the chances of you guys getting this is very low. Not only that, but they can engage on you guys, right? And even though you have a strong counter engage, you have a fucking Teemo. So I don't know what this is. So yeah, here we go. Strong engage. You have a strong counter engage. Doesn't matter because he gets one shot, right? So yeah. So basically, it's just this replay is just like you need to kind of lead the team, if that makes any sense. You're not necessarily making any game-changing like mistakes, but having no direction is kind of
no, that's my
giving you guys
problem.
a free loss.
It's so hard to see these fucking issues. You know what I mean? It's so hard to critique your own gameplay looking at VODs.
Yeah, it's like, oh, what did I do wrong? I can't tell.
It's not like CS:GO where it's like, oh, I missed my shot.
Like, yeah, or like, oh, I messed up the flash.
So fucking complicated.
Right. So yeah, so like we said, like we already knew this was not gonna work. Like a minute before it happened, right? This is like kind of how you can tell, right? If you want to siege, why do you siege, right? Oh, we have a Ziggs, right? And they have no wave clear, or they have no engage, so they can't stop us, right? You have to come up with a reason. We have like 3 tanks who are dive heavy, and they have all squishies that are not scaling, that haven't scaled up yet, right? So stuff like that. You need to come up with a reason. When I saw this, I couldn't come up with a single reason of why you guys wanted a 5v5 mid. It didn't make any sense, right? Okay. I was like, oh, Ezreal can land a few Qs, but then at the cost of what? Getting Insect, Charmed, Sona ulted, or they just scale it up? It doesn't make any sense, right?
Dude, he's Klepto and Iceborne. He has negative damage.
Yeah. So yeah, I don't really know, but basically the game has this is basically going to be the whole story of the game. You guys are already in a losing position now, where you guys shouldn't be, right? So
also our team comp is spicy.
I mean, honestly, I think it should be okay as long as you like the team comp hasn't been an issue yet. Yeah. It's always been man advantage issues or not knowing what to do kind of issues, right?
So how do you like when you're in champ select, are you picking like meta, or are you picking what's good for against their shit, or what are you picking?
Basically, what's meta is anything that's like strong. So like for AD carry is kind of simple, right? But I basically picked a win lane, so I can actually do something.
That's the thing with Taric is that like a lot of lanes just you can't do that much.
Well, if you land stun, they're gonna die. Right? If you take ignite and you land stun, they're gonna die.
I actually hit my skill shots.
Exactly. Like that Sona, like you saw that Sona died, and you didn't even have to land stun, right? So imagine in a gank, you flash stunner. This is very common. This is gonna be a common lane matchup. You play Taric, right? So
yeah. I took exhaust. Do you think exhaust is a bad idea here? I took it because the 3 champions that they have to commit to fight, right? So exhaust kind of cucks those.
Nah, I'll take ignite. Like
for lane.
You need to kill these guys, right? Like look how easily you killed this guy, and you didn't even land a stun on him, right?
Yeah.
when the TF came to gank, right? So it's like basically this season's about abusing people who don't have flash, right? And then trying to
Why
abuse...
more so? Just because damage is so high?
Yeah,
or...
exactly. Because people get one like if you get touched, you die basically in the season, right? So yeah, I don't know what's going on here, but anytime there's this is kind of like this kind of the story is that anytime you see your team doing something stupid, you gotta spam ping back, right? So what should this Ezreal be doing instead of trying to rob Warren's jungle or some shit?
Go push a wave.
Exactly, he's got to push first, right? Priority. He needs to push first. I don't know what he's trying to do. This doesn't make any sense. This could be like I'm baiting, but he's baiting a fight where his team's not at, right? His Kayn isn't here.
This is why I hate playing Taric, because like you're stuck in a decision where it's like to get full value out of my kit, I have to commit.
Yeah,
right?
It's kind of awkward.
Like Sona, I can just AFK in the backline.
One thing you can always do is if you're having issues like figuring out how to the optimal way to play the champion is always like watch replays. Right? That's what I do. Is watch a replay, like a challenger replay of someone playing Taric, and then you'll be like, oh, why is he doing this? And you try and like copy his reasoning.
Who are good supports that other than like Afro and is there anybody who's good in solo queue that I can watch?
I have no idea. I just go on challenger replays, right?
NA baby, NA ladder.
It's kind of I don't even know many supports who stream, so kind of awkward. But
no, I mean I've already learned so much in what, like 20 minutes. So
that's good. So yeah, this is kind of I'm not really sure what you guys should do now, right? maybe maybe have TF split. I think you guys want Teemo to match Orin, right? Isn't that? I hope that's why you guys picked Teemo or something. Well,
but we can't really split against Orin because Orin just engages half the screen away, right? That's the thing.
Say again?
We can't really split against Orin because Orin just engages from half the screen, or against Orin.
But the thing with TF split is he can ult into the fight, right? And the thing with Orin engage is that you have a counter engage tool, right? With your ultimate.
Well, we're all squishies. That's the only problem. Is that like if you face tank the ulti, it's like you saw TF get popped insta, right?
Right. But he shouldn't be when he gets hit by the Orin ult. He shouldn't be in range yet, right? So, what's going on here?
I'm outie.
So I think maybe you want to say like, oh, Teemo maybe want to go bot, because Baron's up. This guy's gonna get soloed by Orin, right? What can you do? We already know that's not where Ezreal wants to be. But yeah, like we're in kind of a situation where you can't do anything because of all the kind of bad fights we took earlier, right? So it's kind of awkward. So now what you want to do is basically try and set up like a trap where you sit in a bush.
Good pick. We got TF and I can follow up.
Yeah, you sit in a bush with Kayn and Teemo and you fucking like wait for them to face check and then you start a fight, TF ults in and you guys go crazy, right? Or you have to get some really good value ultimate or really good value.
That sounds really high probability.
Yeah, exactly.
Death bush.
Like even if you go for a flash stun, there's no way it works, right? You guys have no damage. So the only thing you can do is like counter engage and make sure you land all your abilities.
This game's pretty dunzo. We can go on the next game if you want.
Okay, sure. What's the next one? Like the support's job is to kind of
I love how all my videos are in your fucking recommended.
Oh really?
It's jokes.
That's pretty funny.
Awkward.
Is this the
it's a YouTube one.
No, that's the same one.
Oh, you clicked the fucking YouTube one first? Oh my god. Saber, what the fuck?
Wait, say what?
I sent you a two of them. The first VOD was on Plays.tv.
Oh, I see.
This is the one I wanted to go over first.
Oh, that's awkward.
Because YouTube blocked my video because I had one song in it, so I couldn't upload it to YouTube.
Feels bad. Yeah, that's kind of awkward.
So I don't know. I don't think we ever can win this lane.
Okay, so we're saying Taric Jinx versus Misfortune Tom Kench.
Dude, have you played Misfortune Airy this patch?
Oh yeah, that's pretty strong.
Dude, what the hell?
Yeah, that shit is pretty strong. Like I said, so you're gonna pick to win lane, right?
Dude, what the fuck?
This lane is about. When I see this lane, what I'm thinking is I want to out-sustain them, right? So we want to trade evenly and sustain up, right? Using stun on Tom Kench doesn't do anything, so.
Well, like, what am I trading with? MF? Because you trade with Kench and his shield just replenishes, right? His health.
If you can like help your Jinx, like, if you use this, Misfortune can walk up to Jinx, right? That's kind of the issue. Like the reward was that you got like 100 damage off Tom Kench, but it didn't really do anything, right?
So
you need
I
to
just wanna
trade
be
with
healing my
Miss
Jinx
Fortune.
from getting engaged.
You want to look to punish if she ever makes a mistake is what you
Okay.
want to do, right? Like having your blitz hook up, right? You want to make sure that they have to be scared of it, right? So because that's why, like, look at this. Miss Fortune is like walking up to her because she knows you have no stun. So
I'm useless right now. Yeah.
yeah, exactly. So maybe you want to wait for later levels because you have sustain with Taric. Maybe that's how Taric works. I haven't played enough Taric.
Dude,
to see.
Taric is actually ridiculous. Actually ridiculous.
Yeah, I think he's pretty strong.
people
I saw
don't play him
someone running-
properly.
Huh?
Like even if you watch like the LCS players who play Taric, they don't like mechanically, not like decision making and shit.
Yeah, it's insane. The Taric ult and stuff.
And his passive, you have infinite healing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
If you juggle your passive right. Anyways,
Yeah. This lane's about like, oh Jesus, it's already.
are you
started.
you're my Jinx? Are you playing to win this? Or are you just playing to go?
No,
even?
we're trying to outscale, right? What's the idea behind picking
Yeah.
Jinx? Why would you pick Jinx? Right? You want to outscale
Well,
to
you're
the point
a
where you
moron.
get-
Or wait,
Yeah, that too. But it's like it's the same reasoning by picking like Vayne, Twitch, Tristana, Jinx, any of these champions, right? You want to scale. Your objective is to scale. What's Miss Fortune's objective? She
you
wants to
should
fucking
tell that
destroy
to
you.
every AD carry that I play with.
Yeah,
and,
well, a lot of people don't understand. I mean, I didn't understand that for a long time either, until I started losing every game. When I picked a scaling champion, I didn't understand why.
Wait, I
So
can't
I was
fight
like,
10 minutes in. What do you mean?
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, like, oh, this is awkward. Yeah, and basically,
MF is my hard counter, by the way. You can tell. She.
Yeah.
I don't understand. I
if
don't
you do
play
stun
AD
her,
carries.
she's donezo.
Even
yeah.
at this point in the game.
No,
That's the thing, though,
If
'cause
you
Kench
stun her in a
sees.
gank, like if you flash stun her.
Oh yeah. Is that
Uh,
why people don't play her in pro? Because
well,
or-
they might now, because this season's kind of we don't know about the season yet, but she wasn't that strong before.
are you
patch,
looking to
right?
play for a team again?
Oh yeah. I'm looking for team.
How do you not get a team if you're like top challenger? Like, I don't know.
Well, it's,
are you not
it's
looking
early
for an
to say.
academy
Yeah.
team or something? Or are you just
Huh?
looking for?
Say again.
Are you only looking to go to like a top or starting in LCS? Or are you?
No,
Are you-
I basically I'm just looking to play. Some
Okay.
academy teams like, oh, hit me up. I'm down. I just haven't gotten any offers yet,
Dude, add me on your fucking Smurf. Let's duo. Jesus. Holy.
dude. But yeah, I think here you just want to try and heal up as much as possible, right? Wait, so I'm not really sure how the Taric heal works, but how come you aren't healing? Is it like not worth?
You don't want to heal in one stack, so I don't use.
Ah, okay.
So
I see.
notice how I didn't skill W because I needed the sustain, so I want to get 2 points in Q. Because as soon
Yeah,
as you get
that's
2
fine,
points in
that's
Q, it
fine.
doubles. It's not like it doesn't go up by like a flat amount.
That's
weird.
fine. That's good. That's good. But basically,
I took that trade.
anytime, basically you shouldn't be getting hit this much, right? So the way you
Yeah.
avoid this kind of poke is pretend you're playing Miss Fortune. Okay, what is Miss Fortune gonna do? Now you know that she's
Auto
gonna
the
cue you in the
back
like
bang,
that.
bounce that
Yeah,
shit.
because now you guys are definitely not in any position to do anything. Right? Your HP has to be a priority in this lane, right? It's not about I need to tank shots for my Jinx. It's about we're baiting Miss Fortune to
I
use
went to get my
Q.
fucking coin.
Oh, that's awkward. Yeah,
Yeah, it's
don't do
not
that. Yeah. It's basically about how can you bait Miss Fortune into using a Q on a minion, right? So you stand behind it, and then when you know she's gonna Q it, you step to the side, right?
Even then, though, is like what's the net gain? Like it's such a short cooldown.
I mean, it's a lot of mana. Not only is it a lot of mana, but like we
It
said,
is.
if it's on cooldown, it's the exact same thing as your stun being on cooldown. Sure, it may not outright win the game or lose the game, but it's definitely tipping it in your favor or their favor, right? So say
I'm
for
dead.
example, you dodged every single Miss Fortune Q.
Yeah.
Right? All of a sudden, oh, your Jinx got out of lane. You guys are scaling. You guys are on the path of victory, right? Because you wanted to scale in the first
Yeah.
place. So, but what if you get hit by every single one of them? Oh, then they die because you guys have no HP. You lose the tower. You lose dragon. All of a sudden, they're snowballing so hard, you lose at 15 minutes.
Well,
right?
where
So you
should I
couldn't
be? Because
scale.
realistically, we don't really have any opportunities to fight, unless Miss Fortune is trolling, right?
Well, like look how low she is. If she had missed
Miss
every
Fortune?
Q, if you were full HP, right, you
Yeah.
guys can fight. You would have like an opportunity to do so. You just gotta not get hit, right? And for melee
And that's
support,
on
it's
what?
just-
Like the Jinx hitting rockets,
yeah, exactly.
and me not taking poke.
You out sustaining. That's the reason why you guys are winning. Like that, like I said, if you can trade evenly, and just heal up every time, you're gonna out sustain, right? That's how I would play this lane.
Okay.
And you don't want to all in because this Tom Kench is gonna eat someone, right? And you guys are in trouble.
Yeah.
So you just want to poke them down super low. Like this is good. This is very good, right? This is exactly what I want. And then don't go for the stun, right?
That
This
was a
doesn't make
10
any
out of 10
sense.
stun. What do you mean?
Basically, anytime you use an ability, you want high value. Like you were saving your Q for maximum stacks, right?
Yeah.
That's exactly what you need to do for your stun as well.
I just wanted. I think I was trying to make sure she didn't get all in or something dumb. 'Cause I don't know 80k
Right, but how does Jinx get all in, right?
Let's see.
Not really possible here.
I saw Kench walking up. Yeah, he's not gonna do anything.
Basically,
Right.
needs to be just be patient. If you're ever in doubt, you want to be patient, right?
Okay.
It's better to hold on to it to the last second than it is to use it early and miss an opportunity later, right? So,
Yeah.
I think you want the side stun here, but that's just me. Right, you guys want to stall and scale.
Footwear bullshit. I couldn't buy my boots.
Oh, that's awkward.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I would have gotten side stone, but I mean, I don't really.
Why
play
though?
with
Because
support.
like we're not in a position to be able to get vision. You know what I mean?
So you guys have lost control in the river, right?
Yeah.
But if you can go right now, right? Because the enemy bot lane has not based
All
yet,
have priority,
and they're
yeah.
weak, right? They do have priority, but they're not strong enough to just. If you ward the river, they can't just come and kill you, right? We're not at that stage of the game yet, so you can
You mean
run
after I buy my
and
side
ward.
stone right now?
Huh?
You mean after I buy my side stone right now?
Yeah, if you buy Side Stone right now, you can just run in here, ward everything for the bot side, and then you guys are good to go, right? You'll know if a dive is coming, or you know if the jungler's on this side of the map, right?
Yeah.
You actually see Shyvana here, but
I'm like OCD about gold efficiency, so that's why I always get my gold first because it gives you more gold overall. That's why.
I mean, I could be wrong. You know, I don't really know the support meta right now, but
I have no idea either.
That's
I
like
just
that's
switched.
that's
Dude, I
been the
messaged you a
standard.
month ago saying I was a fucking top lane main, and then remember that?
Yeah.
Yeah, now I'm playing support. Cause do you ever play WoW?
I have not.
What do you
I
mean?
played it like
You're
once
fucking
for a few
Asian and
hours.
you play games and you haven't played WoW. I don't
Yeah,
understand.
dude. I mean, it costs a monthly subscription. You know, I gotta play those free games. Yeah, this game
That's
doesn't
messed up.
work. Right. There's no way he's gonna press E or some shit, and it just makes no
It's too
sense. So
tanky.
this is a bad gank, right? How do we know this is a bad gank?
I'm pretty sure I'm already like backing up from the gank.
No.
So
How
I
do we
know
know that this is never gonna work?
Well, what? I stun MF. Kench eats her.
Yeah, exactly. It's just
And
basically
like,
when you gank, you need to kill someone, right? Otherwise, it's not really worth your Kha'Zix's time, right? What does Kha'Zix want to do? He wants to scale and get ready to one-shot someone. So he's wasting his time by trying to make this gank happen. Oh, this is really bad now.
I think we get out of here. Yeah.
All right, well, you guys wasted their time, so that's not bad. But whew, that was kind of dicey.
Dude,
Wait, here-
Taric stun is the hardest skill shot in the game. I swear to God.
Yeah,
I
that's
swear to
pretty
God.
hard. It's pretty hard to land.
It's terrible. Anyways.
Well, Top's winning because he's playing Renekton, right? And Gangplank just uses ult bot. So remember, basically, don't use your
I use
abilities
it for poke a lot,
randomly.
as you can see.
Yeah, don't use your
Which is
abilities
dumb.
randomly, right? Like that mana would have been better used on healing, right?
I can't heal though because I have to wait for stacks. That's the thing.
Right. But look how much mana you have, right? Isn't that like not enough to press W? Like you want enough mana for one rotation of spells in a fight, right? Otherwise,
Yeah.
how do you? If an all-in happens, it's like, oh wait, we can't use any ability. Like
I'm used
right
to-
now, this guy can't do anything because he has no mana. Or
Yeah.
if Tom Kench had no mana, you're like, he can't even eat misfortune. Let's go.
Yeah.
Right.
That's
So
right.
mana is super important. Like this Jinx, I don't know why everyone's out of mana, but I'm pretty sure you guys could have done this without.
Dude, I have mana flow
wasting
band or
any
whatever
mana.
too. Like, come on.
Yeah. So basically, every time you use your stun, you want to aim something, right? What do you want out of using your stun, right? You need something good. You want good value out of your stun.
Clearly
Okay.
in this it was for poke, but it's dumb.
Oh,
I don't know why
baby,
we don't just turn on
round two.
Kench.
All right, that was a really good flash, right? Because you know Tom Kench has no flash, and then Kha'Zix even killed Misfortune by himself. Let me watch this. She started with half HP, right?
Did Kench flash earlier? I haven't. This is like a week ago. I didn't see.
He flashed earlier.
I haven't watched
Remember,
this.
he ate Misfortune. That's why. Remember, again, time flashes as well. Remember, because like, this is like how you win the game now.
Well, this whole season is fucked with timing, right?
It's
'Cause
5
isn't there,
minutes.
like a bunch of shit that reduces the summoner cooldown in key
It's
stuns?
basically 5 minutes. You just want to start time.
It's
You
just
just
5
want to
minutes,
get in the
okay.
habit of timing it, no matter what.
Okay.
So when you see this, I'm like, okay, 13 Misfortune, Tom Kench. That's what I type
Okay.
in chat.
Okay.
Good back, right? It's gonna push into you. You can make an argument for getting the rest of the wave, but whatever. Yeah, you kind of want your words. Oh, that's awkward. You don't have enough money.
Yeah, my gold's fucked. So I was like, all right, whatever.
Yeah. So I would say you kind of want.
I don't want to get a pink because we don't have. I don't know if we have control yet. I don't know if we win 2v2. Like we're ahead, but like.
So if they have no flash, you kind of always want to get a pink because
Okay.
basically having no flash is a death sentence.
700, right? What the fuck's my bot or 6 or what did I have? I had a dumb buy.
It was like 700 or something. Yeah. Like I guess raw stats is not like the end of the world, but
Also, like I'm just testing shit, so like I know if I had to like build an optimal for one game, I know what to build mostly. Like relic, sightstone, vow, lock it, you know.
Right,
you know what I mean?
Right. Yeah,
I'm just like testing shit because it's preseason. Like I won like fucking aftershock last game and it sucked dick. Like, don't play out Taric. It's fucking useless.
Okay, this is a good stun. You're just pressuring them, right? And you landed it. That's
I just want my Jinx to farm for free, right?
Yeah, this is good. That's good, right? You want to keep doing stuff like that. You basically don't use it on Tom Kench unless he's like eating, unless he has someone in his belly, right? Or you're gonna kill him. Basically, you need to maximize the value of your stun, right? Why do you stun someone?
Well, to either for an all in or a gank setup.
But like, okay, what's the difference between stunning a Malphite versus stunning an AD carry?
Do we actually have kill pressure?
Right. There's actually you're actually preventing them from doing something, right? Or you're making it so they can't run away, right? And a tank doesn't really care about that, but AD carry cares about that a lot, right? So if you stun Tom Kench randomly, right, he literally doesn't care, right? So that's like negative value because you have it on cooldown. But if you use it on AD carry, they're like, oh shit, we're gonna get hit by everything now, right? So like this, it's like unless you can do a lot of damage. Okay, so say this was 50 minutes in, that's a good stun because Jinx actually has pressure on Tom Kench, right? But if we were in this stage of the game,
wait, go back,
not so much because
go back 10 seconds, really quick.
Okay, yeah.
I think I'm just trying to peel Jinx here.
Right, but okay, so if you're trying to peel Jinx, who do you go for?
Well, MF's don't go for range, right? So
you don't go for the Tom Kench because okay, so when you get engaged on, how do you counter engage? How do you stop and engage? The first way is outplay the engage. So say the enemy is playing Taric and you're playing Lucian. He engages with a Taric stun. You outplay the engage by dodging it, right? That's one way. What's the second way? The Taric lands the stun. The engage has already gone through. So how do you prevent it? You go for the enemy damage dealer, right? The guy who's gonna finish them off, right? Because the guy who already stunned, the guy who engaged has nothing left, right? So you go for the guy who's following up.
Well, like right now in this scenario, isn't Kench gonna fuck up my AD carry more than MF? Because MF's not even in position to trade.
How is he gonna do that, right?
If he walks up, like he looks like he's looking to walk up.
If he walks in a straight line and Jinx walks in a straight line backwards, how does Tom Kench ever catch up?
I mean, I don't think he can with the slow, but
it's literally impossible.
Even with the slow, I don't think he can. Yeah.
Literally impossible, right? So you don't have to worry about Jinx being eaten by Tom Kench.
So you say just not even stunning there is the right decision.
Yeah, exactly. You hold on to it, right? You want to hold on to it. You want to be patient more than ever, right? Because if you stun him, you can't stun Misfortune, right? You can't pressure her, right? So see, she's just walking up. Now you can't do anything. Now you have to ult or something, right? And that's just like it's like kind of tragic, right? So this is you guys should lose this if the jungler's here. Enemy jungler's here, you guys lose this, right? So
that was a really good counter gank.
Here we go. Now we know. Oh my god, I can't believe you guys got something, but you guys shouldn't have gotten something, right? And not only that, but you guys are gonna lose Tower and Dragon. So this is like kind of the fallout of not like getting enough value out of your abilities means you're gonna lose a fight, right? Oh my god, she died, right? So
well, like even if I don't use those stuns, I think like in this lane, I don't even think I can get value out of my stun unless Misfortune is trolling, right?
You hold on to it. Basically, if you think that there is no, even if you think there's no way to get like a good thing to come out of this lane, at the very least, you don't want to do something you know for sure is bad.
Like put myself in a deficit, yeah.
Right, because an opportunity might arise where they make a mistake, or you're like, oh, this is a place where I can use my stun. But if you use it when you know it's not gonna, you just know 100% that it's not a good stun, right? Like using it on the Tom Kench, then you're already you made it so that there is no possible way that you can get a good outcome. You've already closed out all the good outcomes, right? So you basically, when you're in doubt, you want to hold on to it, right? Does that make sense?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. Because it's like just from like the stun, we already know this is a failed. This is a loss, right? Everyone's got it right.
I didn't exhaust. I exhausted late, but
Yeah, and then no mana, right? No mana for
I'm
ult.
done. So yeah.
Remember the remember the mana thing? I think you know that though.
Yeah.
We don't really have to go over
I
that.
just need to rethink about using my abilities.
Right. You need to get good value, right?
Yeah.
Out of all your abilities, exactly how
Funny,
you use
I fucking
your.
watched your videos, and I was like, oh, I'm totally getting good value. And then after
That's
rewatching with you, see,
Well,
that's why
honestly, another way
this
to
game's
figure
fucking
it out.
impossible to learn. This is bullshit.
No.
How did you learn this video? How did you learn this game? How did you get from like diamond to challenger?
Basically by
when you
watching
first pushed.
replays and trying to come up with reasons why they're doing what they're doing, right? And then I make like rules and stuff out of
I
that,
kill
right?
myself
So
here for no reason.
yeah. So whenever I was like, man advantage, right? So how do we learn about that? I watched a bunch of replays and I noticed that they're pinging forward a lot. Why are they pinging forward a lot? And then someone pinged like this guy has no teleport or something. So I was like, oh shit, they know that there are more people. So then I came up with a rule that if you're a man advantage, you can pretty much do whatever you want, right? Make these soft rules. You basically need to figure out why, what makes something work, and then copy it, right?
Yeah.
So don't reinvent the wheel if you don't have to. So yeah. So why do we know this doesn't work?
Everybody's fucking backed or dead.
Yeah. What do you guys want? You guys want to push, but you guys don't have priority because you don't have enough people. So you're just gonna die, right?
Yeah, I just kill myself here.
Because they have more people, they can play like a monkey and get low value. It doesn't matter, right?
Nah, this was just dumb. Yeah.
Yeah. So they don't even have to. Tom Kench probably doesn't even have to land his Q. He can just auto attack you, right? And you're just gonna die.
Yeah,
So,
I'm just dead.
So yeah, basically, whenever you want something, you need to ask yourself, how can they stop us, right? So you guys killed someone, so you guys wanted to push, but then what was the issue? They all ran forward. So how do you stop this? You just make sure that the instant someone shows up and they're gonna engage, you just walk away, right? You put yourself in a position where you can't die, basically. Right? You're too far forward as a front line with no flash, right? So
playing Taric with no front line is like playing Thresh with no front line. It's fucking terrible. You just get CC'd and die. It's like sick. I think we killed him. Or get flash.
I don't know what's going on here. What is Jinx doing? This could be a bait.
I think this game goes full ARAM. I can't remember.
This is pretty awkward, but I think he can get away. Oh, he's dead. Oh, goodbye. Now you guys are probably gonna lose since someone died for free, right? So, I got a kill. This guy's flashing for you.
I forget if I get out.
These guys are gonna die.
There's no way I'm dead. Yeah.
No, that's good for you guys. I feel like, because these guys are all gonna die now. Misfortune's coming in. That's fine. Jesus Christ.
Dude, this game is Fiesta.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on now, but let's fast forward a bit. So, when you see, Jinx is gonna go farm bot, what do you want to do?
Well, this is where I suck. So either I should get vision for her or just help her.
Okay, so is she in danger?
Is she in danger? No.
Right. It's because if we count anyone who can stop her,
so
there's just no way anyone can kill her right now, right? So you need to go do something useful, which is basically warding like Rift Herald or preparing for the next dragon. I don't know when the dragon timer is, but you need to be doing something useful.
I don't know support macro well. Like I know top and other in jungle macro, but like support macro like at this stage where you're like you lose tower and then what? It's like it's basically
weird. Go where you need to be, right? Be useful, and if you don't have to show up on the map, don't show up on the map.
Here, but I don't know, like, because I see people in our bot river, so I go help mid. I think.
Right, you can always like sit behind and counter gank, like quote unquote counter gank. Right, they're gonna make a play, you come out and you're like, oh, surprise, I'm here. Right, as long as they don't know where you are, they have to be afraid you're everywhere. Right, so try and stay out of vision. Honestly, they're just gonna take this because you guys don't really have a team comp. But you kind of want to swap with mid because Zed wants to be in a side lane. So maybe be like, oh, Jinx, come mid or something like that. I don't know. But there's not much you guys can do because they already went to ward Rift Herald. So you guys are about to say
here, top is fucked. Like I know top is about to get ganked. What do I go and follow late? Like this is like
that's fine. Yeah, you can come late. That's fine. Right, as long as you come help in the fight, you count as a person. Right. You also need to ward these bushes if I
can't face check that. That's sketch. And then I see everybody. See now, this is the problem. Is
kind of in a bad spot, right?
Yeah, so... I can't go around safely, right? Because Zed goes over the wall, and I'm fucking Taric, so it's like.
So this fight is breaking out, right? So you need to come help. Also, yeah, don't use your stun like that, for sure. But yeah, remember, good value. You need good value.
That's the thing. Like, look, it's already up because the bravado stacks. That's how it's
right. But 9
that's
seconds. This fight could have they could have engaged right now. They could be in this bush or something, right? And then oh shit, you don't have it. Basically, it's basically a bad habit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Not only did you not need to kill it, you didn't need to kill it that fast. Right?
Yeah.
So it's a bad habit to have.
Killed it. I should have just walked up, right?
I think killing it is fine, but here if you see this, you need to go around, right?
Well, where? That's the thing. Cause like if I go left, I
take the long way. Basically, you take any option that you know isn't tragic, right?
So,
we already know this is not a good option. So take an option that's not like you know is bad. You know what I'm saying?
So, back up. Like go over this slowly. So I know I'm just thinking because I'm like okay, well I have to be useful in this fight. So I try to ult, but Zed gets out of range and then it gets canceled. So I'm thinking like okay, I can't go left. I have to go right, or I need to get some value out of this fight, right? So I'm like okay, shit, let me just ult. I ult, and then he just gets out of range.
You don't need to ult him, right? It's like, what's the point?
Well, I can't contribute if I go left, so I have to go all the way around.
Yeah, go all the way around. Then you have to be patient. Is kind of the kind of one of the things we're seeing here is that
so I
you need
just
to be
let
patient.
my team lose the fight for like 10 seconds, then I go around.
Because you guys have a bad position. They also don't have a Yasuo, so there's no rush to.
I was just trying to make
happen.
the best of a shit position, you know?
Right. But basically, everything you do should be clean. And what I mean by that is everything you do should be good, right? So if you are not sure if this ult is 100% good, you don't use it, right? If you don't know that you can go through here and contribute, which you can, right? Then you don't go there, right?
Yeah.
You need to take the path that can offer you victory, right? All these paths, like doing anything else that's not going around is not going to help, right? So don't do something that you know for sure isn't going to work. That's like kind of the key point here is don't do anything, right? So if you go here, your team can like just run away and then come back with you. But if you go around here, you just die for free, right? So that's never going to be a good outcome.
Left. You mean if I go left, I die?
If you go left, you die for free, right? So you just go around. And if you ult Zed, what does it do? We're not sure. Right, it doesn't really do anything.
It's
right?
coin flip, yeah.
If we ult Zed in this moment of time, if I was playing you, I don't know what that would do. And then if we examine it, say Zed had an ultimate here, is he in danger of dying to these guys? No, right? So it's like, oh, this is kind of awkward, right? Then we know for sure it's not.
That was the thinking, but he was out of range.
If you had gone around and your team was like at 0 HP and you ultimate and you guys can turn to fight, that would be an example of maybe a possibility that could happen. But you using ult here eliminates that possibility, right? So basically, we need to keep our options open, right? See, this Kazakh is still alive, right? So maybe if you were,
well, I'm fucking dead anyways.
He fucking died.
Yasuo,
Yeah.
So.
Well, you could have walked around, right? Yasuo is not.
As soon as I saw him, I should have walked. You're right. Yeah.
It's like once you know you can't go through here, you go around.
I should just go right. What's that right now?
Yeah, exactly. It's like you have no flash, so you can't do this. It doesn't make any sense. Even if you had flash, there's nothing to flash. There's nothing to flash here, so you need to go around.
All right.
Patience. You need to be patient. That's kind of like the one of the underlying themes here is being patient, right?
Dude, I'm just trying to fucking climb. It's so cute.
Oh my god, he got one shot. Let's see this. Let's take a look at what happened here. Oh my lord. Yeah, that's pretty disgusting. But yeah, it basically remember like what you want to do, right? And then make sure you're very patient with your abilities and with your decision making. Right? I don't know what the fuck. Tom Kench could have eaten that, but
this Kazakh's fed as hell. That's why.
Yeah, and watch your mana for sure. This is kind of becoming an issue, right? If you have no mana, you have no pressure, right? Having no mana is the same as having no cooldowns.
That's why I used my mana, I think.
Yeah, but getting only good value will guarantee you will have enough mana. So make sure that every time you use an ability is for a very good reason, right? Think to yourself, what would like Afromo do here? That's what I do, right? What would Def do here? What would Bang do here?
Okay, that's a good point. I think we just like lose after this.
Yeah, it's like, oh, what do we do now?
This game's pretty dunzo. I think our Kazakh's fucking AFKs.
That's kind of awkward. Oh, look at this. Let's watch this fight.
We win this fight though, I think. I forget. It's like a week ago.
She's trying to solo dragon. You guys are just on this time canch. Seems good. I'll say the stun there is fine. Average value, right? Seems good to me. You just get something, get the fight going. Oh, this is kind of awkward.
I saved ultimate because I didn't see a good time for it.
Right. But I would say save it even more because you can still use it, right?
Because like
Basically, you want to target specific reasons for your ultimate, so that when if XYZ happens, I'm gonna use my ultimate. So that when it happens, you know immediately you should use it, right? So say Gangplank ults, that's my cue to ult. So you ult right when you see Gangplank ult or something like that, right? Does that make sense? You need to come up with reasons why you use your ultimate because it's very hard to use. If you try and use it at spur of the moment, more often than not, it's not gonna work, right?
I missed that flash stun. That was spicy.
Yeah, that's kind of awkward. But
we don't kill him.
Yeah,
you know what? We don't. He lives. He lives here. He fucking lives here.
That's awkward. And then Jinx dies, right? So this is pretty awkward.
Yeah, this is just.
But I would say for the most part, you should work on making sure that whenever someone wants to fight, you know it's a good fight for whatever reason, right? You have more people, it's a good fight. You're an early game team and they have no HP, they have no flash, they have no ultimates. You have to come up with a reason, right? And if you can't come up with a reason, you need to make a reason, right? You need to get lane priority and then put down pink wards so they have no vision, right? That would be a reason that maybe you can fight, right? Anytime that you see the opposite is true, you need to make sure that your team doesn't fight. And then for abilities and fighting, just make sure you have extremely high value on everything, right? And then you're good to go. Because I think that's like kind of the issue with these fights. The ones that are kind of fair, like the 5v5 we saw up there, was the reason why you guys are losing it, or the reason why you felt like you couldn't contribute was because you weren't patient enough, right? Basically, even if
Dragon.
No, up at top where it was a 5v5.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
It's like even if that fight was impossible to win, at the very least you were patient and didn't like mess up your opportunity, right? So you need to be patient. And then in terms of like figuring out what to do, if you're on a like offense, your team wants to push out and then gain control, right? Go ward, clear wards after you push, or you can set up like death bushes, right? After you push, or you can get tower damage if that's what your team does. Then you can get tower damage. You need to be in our Baron though. You need to be where you're most useful. So if your AD carry needs you to, if your AD carry needs you to like support him, right? Like counter gank if he's gonna get like ganked by a jungle. So say this is a common scenario. AD carry wants to push top, push top, and then leave, right? But he's afraid of the Lee Sin, who can one shot him, right? So what do? You send the bush behind the AD carry. And no one knows where you are. So if Lee Sin goes for a risky play, you're gonna kill him. Yeah, you trail him. Right? Yeah, exactly. So, and then if you're on defense, you want to clear waves, right? And then you can predict which bush they're gonna ward, so you can get there before them, right? And say, oh, if we can engage like this because they're face checking, then that could be a good thing to do.
That's how you. You're saying that's how you play. This Kha'Zix kills himself, but
on defense,
I try to save him.
Right, so we already know this fight is kind of questionable.
It's a bad fight, but
oh my god, you guys got someone.
He's fed, like he's super fed.
Right, but you're missing people on the team, so the outcome is not gonna be good.
Right. I'm committing to a bad situation, so I kill myself. Right.
Let's see. Let's watch this.
We commit resources to two different sides, because they go top, I think. Or
I think Zed is fighting something, or Nectin's like going. So when you see this, you can't help him, right?
I just let him die.
You just leave. There's literally nothing you can do. What can you do?
I was trying to make the best of a bad situation again, and
right, but what can you do?
Yeah.
Like
I don't know why he goes in.
If we play this like chess, like okay, so after you use your ultimate, what do you have left?
Stun and just leave.
Right, but what does a stun do? It doesn't do anything, right? Because it wasn't good value. So we say, oh, we shouldn't use our stun here. And then it's like, oh, we wait for an opportunity. Even if you don't use a stun, you still should leave because you can't fight these guys, right? Because you have less people. So you got the guy for him by himself, but you still can't do anything, right? So that you just use your ult for him and you leave, right? You literally can't do anything. You need to just stun for these guys or something, but it's too late now.
Yeah.
So yeah.
What I was asking is like, obviously, like macro game when winning is simple, right? For the most part. But like the problem that I have is once you lose first tower, it sort of becomes sketch like what my role is supposed to be. You say
so
go
the
to
support,
where you're needed, right?
The support's job usually it's like not always the support's job, but as like a Taric player, you can probably do this, right? So when you're defending, right? So when you're attacking, what do we say? You want to push and then go do something, right?
Yeah.
So push and siege is an option. So if they push and siege, what is your job? You want to wave clear, right? Your carries want to wave clear, and then while you're wave clearing, you don't want to get caught, right? Because if you get caught, like if your AD carry gets caught, this is what he's thinking. AD carry gets caught by a Nautilus hook, you die, and then they dive, right?
Yeah.
And then what do they not want to do? They don't want to get caught, because if they get caught, they're gonna lose the fight because they have to run away from the tower siege. So what your job is, you're looking to engage while your team is clearing. You want to clear and you want to look to engage. If there's something like this, you want to look to engage, right? That's the same concept.
Okay.
And then say they don't get tower damage. What do they want to do? They want to push and then go ward. So you show up before they get to the warding spot, and you have a pink on top of you. And you and your jungler and your top laning are sitting in that bush waiting for the support to come. And then support comes, you kill them immediately, because they were playing super risky and like sent 5 people to ward at once, right? They went to different spots. Then that's how you can punish them doing that incorrectly, right?
Okay.
Or say they show up in force. All of them show up. Then you guys just back off because you see them first, right? So there basically you should know like the basic offense and defense, and then your options in terms of how do you combat that, right? And then sometimes you're like, oh, we can't set up a death bush because the instant they see us, Gangplank's gonna ult, and then we're gonna be screwed, right? So then you don't do that. You set up in a different bush that's closer to your tower or something like that, right? So that's kind of the basics of what you should be doing in a nutshell, right? The support's job is kind of to set up all this kind of stuff, right? So if you're diving, you can look to engage, right, with your ultimate and your stun. Or if you're defending, you can look to counter. You can look to get them off your tower, right, with your engage. So it's kind of up to you. But if you ever need help figuring out how to do that, or how to use your abilities optimally or anything like that, it's always good to look up replays, right? So like off the top of my head, I would be like, oh, Challenger Taric replay or something like that on YouTube, and then it's like, oh,
no one plays Taric.
This is kind of, yeah, no one plays Taric, so that's kind of awkward. But
no, but I play other shit too, so it's not just Taric.
Right. But basically, copy what you see, right? So when I was like learning support for fun, I would copy
for fun.
Wolf,
for fun,
to help me improve my gameplay.
Okay.
I'll look up Wolf, right? And I was like, oh, a lot of times he holds on to his wards until after a fight, and then plops them all down, and then backs, right? So I'm like, oh, okay, I'll copy and do the same. Stuff like that. Or they hold on to their pink wards until they use it for a specific reason, right? And then I'm like, oh, I'll do the same, right? And then you see an improvement in your warding. So if you have no idea what to do, copy, right? I think Smoothie plays Taric, right? So you can watch him too.
Yeah.
So any other questions? I think we're about time.
Yeah, I have 16 minutes over, but thank you so much, dude. I mean, I took fucking forever to actually be able to get this going and fucking actually get my coaching in because I'm retarded. But no, thank you. I learned a lot, and it's crazy how much you learn from another person looking over your VODs.
Right. Because it's like stuff you don't really know / like how do you kind of find out this stuff, right?
It's so great.
Coming up with it yourself. So that's always an issue I had when I was playing the game. I was like, where the fuck can I find resources to learn from? So yeah, I'm glad this helped. But for you, I would say definitely in your like next 10 games, this is what I want you to work on, right? First off, the flash thing. Every time someone uses flash, put it in chat, right? If you like, you want to be able to see it like in the left over here. If you can't see it in the chat box, you type it again, right? Or you copy paste or whatever you do. So once
Afro does that,
yeah, exactly. It's super important, especially in this meta, because if they have no flash, you can kill them. Basically, is how you should think of it. And then the next thing you should work on is making sure that you're using your abilities for good value every time, and that way you won't miss mana, right? You won't be wasting mana or missing abilities or using them when you shouldn't be, right? Make sure that you know what situations you want to use these abilities in. And if you can focus on those two, then the third is like, make sure that whenever you see a fight break out, do you want this? Yes or no? Right? Is it clear? Can you come up with big reasons why or why not you don't want these fights? And then I think that'll help you a lot, right? Those 3 areas. If you can work on those.
Okay, dude. Thank you so much. I mean, I played like in 2012 when this first game came out, but it's my first season playing ranked, so got a lot to improve.
Good stuff. You're already at Diamond 2, right? So looks promising.
Yeah. Well, I gave myself 2 days to get from Diamond 2 to Masters, and I got unlucky, so that was not a good idea.
Good luck with that one. But yeah, I think there's a lot to work on.
How long does it take you, because you're a Challenger player, to go from like those ranks?
I hit Challenger when I was in Season 4. So
no, I'm saying like let's say you climb now, and you're trying to go from D2 to Challenger. on like a Smurf? How long does it take you? How many games?
Like a week, I guess. I don't know. It depends on how many
A
times you
week?
play, right? Week, 2
Oh,
weeks,
are you in
maybe.
school? Are you doing school or?
No. I do this like full time,
Oh, okay.
basically. I play League all day, every day. So
Dude, that's what I am trying to do too. I got my YouTube going and everything. Let's go, baby.
nice. Good luck with that. But
Thank
yeah,
you
let me
so
know how
much.
things go. I'm always curious.
Dude, I'll definitely hit you up again for coaching because it's super helpful. And then hopefully when I improve, you'll be able to point out more shit. You know?
Sounds good.
Dude, hopefully I'll fucking see you in game in like a week.
I'm sure you will.
Wait,
you will.
when does the season start? Is it?
It's like January, I think.
Wait, what the fuck?
Yeah, that's a while.
All right, well, I'll see you in January, dude.
Until then.
Yeah, until then.
Yeah, if you ever have any questions, feel free to message me. I'm always on.
I got you. Thanks, man.
Yep, no problem. Good luck with everything.